Was there a record that was difficult, and maybe it took it a little bit more thinking power to get this? I'd have to honestly say no. And the reason why I would say no is because, like The Light, for instance, that's one of my favorite records on the album because I think it's the most transcendent, and I think it's a song that's gonna live on forever. Um, I did that song in like 15 minutes. It came out of me like effortlessly. I freestyled most of it. The devil is a metaphor effortlessly. Wrote it in less than 15 minutes. Um, you know, I realized that musically, artistically, creatively, I'm a conduit. So I don't really take much uh, credit from where these ideas come from, right? Instead, I allow me to be an open source. So, you know, if it's too hard, if there's an idea that's too hard, I'll do one or two things. I'll just stop and I'll revisit it. And then normally, like, there's been times where like I couldn't find a bar or I couldn't find a hook. And I'll leave it alone. And then 3 days later, I'll be like on a scooter or something driving around the city. And then it'll just come to me. And I'll be like, oh shit, that was it. So I think that's like a secret that most creatives need to learn. Like a lot of times we try to force things. We try to force, that circle block into that square hole. And the best thing you could do is just let it go. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to come back and it's going to make sense. So everything on it was pretty easy. I think everybody has a purpose. Everyone has a mission, and everyone has a series of instruments that God, the universe, has given them to express themselves. I don't look at me on like some like hierarchy type of thing. Like I can do rap, I can rap, I can draw, I can paint, I can make clothes. That's just me expressing all how multidimensional I am. Somebody might just write poetry and that's all they know how to do, but that's what they were put on the planet to do. So really, man, like you get 60, 70, 80, 90, 50 years on this planet, and I think it's our job, as a society, but as humanity, to express the light that we have inside of each other, to be able to inspire others to express that same light. So when I can translate these ideas into film, or I can express this idea into a clothing line, or I can express it into a tech company or whatever, that's just me utilizing my principles and the things that I live by and just putting it into whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I like helping the homeless. I like helping people. I love humanity. So if I'm going to make a clothing line, it only makes sense for me to make a clothing line that's centered around giving. I love Fellini films. I love Stanley Kubrick. I love French art house films. So if I'm going to do a film, I'm going to do something that's beautiful and exciting and poetic, and then I'm going to use other things in my creative palette to express that. I'd be a porn star because fucking is an art. Sex is beautiful. Just to add a dash to that, I think there is a huge void in the porn industry of beautiful artistic sex, right? A lot of it comes from just this dirty fucking like thing. And if I wasn't doing music or whatever, I would find a way to create a new expression of sex that's never been seen before, but that was just like the same artistic level as like a Basquiat painting or like a fucking, like I said, like some French art house shit, subtitles. Ooh, it would be